If you have to give one advice to a small Dutch entrepreneur, what would it be?
Well, I would say that if you don't reach your goals, if you didn't reach your goals so far, you have business goals and you didn't reach them, there's usually only one thing that is missing, and that's you don't know something. There is something that you don't know. And I found out that when you start realizing, hey, I don't know how to make my business as big as possible, I don't know how to get new clients in the right way, I don't know how to get my clients to pay more or to come more often, then there is something you don't know. Now when you're willing to let go of this image of I know it all, I know that that's what happened to me when I was willing to let go of this image of I know it all, then the right questions come up. Okay, so what do I need to learn? Where do I need to learn it from? Where do I need to learn it? So how do I get this education? And I found that this is the most important. Every single piece of knowledge is already there. Everything that you want to do in your own business, somebody already did, very successfully. So if you will ask the question, what is it that I don't know? What is it that I need to learn? You will find out from who you can learn it. You find that person, you either through networking, either through a seminar, through a book, the information is ready. Together with today with the internet, with Google and everything, it's very easy to find the information. You need to have the right questions. So I think that the main thing that not just Dutch entrepreneurs but most small entrepreneurs are missing is the basic knowledge of business, the basic understanding of business. Not of the product or service, but the basic understanding of business.
Okay. What do you think is the attitude that we need? What kind of attitude should I have as a small entrepreneur?
Well, the main thing, I mean, there are three things that when I'm teaching entrepreneurship, there are three parts for the attitude. The first one is you need to be optimistic. If you're not optimistic as an attitude or as a characteristic of you as a person, there's no way. So forget it, just go get a job. You need to be optimistic because you need to believe that it's going to work, it doesn't matter what the situation is, your product is going to be sold, your business is going to make it. So optimism is the most important part. We are kind of, all entrepreneurs are a bit delusional, you know, we're kind of, we say it's going to work, I don't know how, but it's going to work. But that's important because when it becomes difficult, when the situation is not as easy like now, it's so important that you will keep this
Believe in your dreams?
It's believing in your dreams, it's seeing, it's visualizing your end result. Now it may be difficult, now maybe it doesn't work, but at one point it will work and you need to see that big result, the big goal, that end result. So that's how I focus on that, that's how I visualize my business, that's how I teach people to do. So that's optimism. The other thing is that it's very, very difficult for everybody, but especially for entrepreneurs, is the willingness to make mistakes. That's part of the attitude. You don't know how to do that. When you're starting a business, you have no clue. Most of us don't have a clue. I didn't have a clue when I started. We make mistakes, and if we're not willing to make mistakes, if everything needs to be perfect, if everything needs to be right, we will not start. We will be freezing and don't take in action. So I would say that the willingness to make mistakes, it's a biggie. And the last one is the willingness to pay the price, to do whatever it takes. Business is not easy. If you want it easy, if you want to make a living, go get a job. You want to create freedom, you want to create wealth, then business is a path, but it's very difficult. So you need to be willing to pay the price which means to do whatever it takes, to do whatever, to become whoever it is, to let go of what doesn't support you in order to... For me, the key to success is when I start realizing that the business is not about me. It's always about the client, it's always about this prospect. It's what is it that they really want? What is it that they really need? If I can find out exactly what they need, I can go get it and give it to them, and then there's no way to not succeed. As soon as I got that all my businesses were a success, I just need to find out what is it that they want, go get it and give it to them.
And what is then the biggest thing that we don't do that? Why don't we go to make myself a little bit, in Dutch it's kwetsbaar. And why are we also afraid to ask our customers?
I don't know if it's afraid to ask. It's just that we just think that we know it all. Most of us are experts in our field. We know the products, we know the services. We think that what I know is what the client needs, and it's usually not true. It's just simply not true. And because we are assuming that this is true, we don't even check. I don't think that people have a problem to check when they get it. So what we're doing in our courses, we're trying to teach people to start asking questions. Ask themselves, is that right? Is that an assumption or is it a fact? Most of them are assumptions. And we had trainings for a long time that we thought this is the best thing forever, for everybody. And we found out that it's not. At least not in their eyes. It might be the right thing, but they don't see it. So we need to find out what they think is the right thing.